that didn't fit. So basically, one of the questions that was posed was something along the lines of, as a Christian, how does this belief, which is not a particularly Christian belief, or so it appears, I'll get to that, relate to those who are Christians? Why should we be particularly interested in others, like what to believe? Why is it beneficial to think about things like samsara and reincarnation? I'm significantly elaborating on their question, but I wanted to answer it in case any of you were kind of curious about the same thing, like why should I care? My response is pretty simple, really, and that is, essentially, I think it's really important to remember as Christians that our belief, because this is something that is interesting, is Christians often make an attempt to alienate ourselves from other religions and make ourselves sound really special and unique. And don't get me wrong, there are unique and uniquely beneficial aspects to almost every religion, and that includes Christianity. But one of the things that we often forget is that in Christianity, we have a concept of the resurrection. We talk about Jesus' resurrection, we talk about the resurrection at the end of time, Lazarus, various stories. There are some in the Old Testament too, of people that were resurrected, and how much hope that brings to the Christian mindset. And the reason is because it copes with one of the fundamental questions that every major religion is going to have to cope with and have an answer for. And that is, how does death relate to our lives? And why is it a part of our lives, essentially? Well, because of that, as long as humans have been humans, we've been kind of grappling with death and having to find ways to cope with not just the loss of individuals, but the understanding of death itself, and the philosophical ramifications of what it means to live in a world where everything dies. Essentially, samsara serves the same purpose in that it gives hope, because what it says is, hey, you're not just this lifetime. When you die, there's more after that. Every perspective has to address that. And samsara is not only a appealing one in that it's intriguing to think about, it's complicated, and yet it also feels very innately simple. It really plays the same function as the resurrection in Christianity. Yeah. Why should you care to study things like samsara and other religions? I think it's really important, because if you want to understand your own perspectives more clearly, if you want to understand your own why you believe what you believe, why the Bible teaches what it teaches, why your specific branch or sect of Christianity teaches what it teaches, I think it's important to compare it to other perspectives that are comparable, obviously. So anytime that a person lives, like myself or someone else, lives in a culture that is primarily dominated by a specific religion, or group of religions maybe, it's hard to see that religion from the outside, because you're not seeing how it compares to others. And so I think it's really healthy if you're in a scenario where it's not particularly easy to be connecting with people from other religions. It's important to compare those value systems,